These two candidates share many of the same views. They both oppose the mask mandates. They also oppose the school bond. The difference between them is one of style. Incumbent Alan Perdue has 8 years of experience as a commissioner. Challenger Steve Arnold spent 20 years as a commissioner before retiring a dozen years ago. So tell me, you have a Republican that is in that seat. Why are you challenging this particular Republican?
Well, he hasn't pushed back. Alan Perdue is my opponent. He has been on the board for a while. He hasn't done anything much.
What does he mean by pushing back enough? What is it that he believes that you're not doing enough of?
My style may be different than my opponent or others. I often say I'm not the loudest voice in the room, but it's more important to be effective than it is loud. And no one individual accomplishes anything. It takes working with others to get something done.
Arnold says Perdue hasn't done enough to fight the COVID mandates or prevent the school bond from appearing on this month's primary ballot. What would you have him do, though? He is the minority. He was not going to overturn the mandates that you've just talked about. He was not going to come up with enough Democrats joining him. So what is it that you would do differently?
You have to persuade. You have to be involved and engaged.
That's what this is about. It's about helping the people by getting things done and not just talking about it or just sitting there and voting no.
Perdue says that his style helped emergency services get a maintenance facility and the county a new animal shelter as well as a behavioral health center. One issue that these two Republicans don't agree on is the use of tax incentives to attract new business.
I'd never supported economic development incentives, which I call corporate welfare. I think it's outrageous that we give millions of dollars of local tax dollars to multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations. I think it's quite outrageous.
Do you support the idea of using tax incentives to bring in jobs through companies like Toyota?
One of the things you have to look at when you talk about economic development is, are you in the game? If you're not in the game, you have no chance of winning.
Is that something you would oppose? That's a lot of jobs.
It's a lot of jobs, but they're going to come regardless of whether Guilford County, look, they are a multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation. They don't need chump change from Guilford County to decide whether or not to come here or not. They just don't need it.
Do I like incentives? No, I personally don't. But that's the world we're in right now. And we're competing with other jurisdictions, trying to get jobs in here and enhance our community.
Arnold describes his opponent as a, quote, nice man, but not someone who's up to the job.
He's got that mindset, and that mindset is inadequate to deal with the challenges of today, and the challenges of today require somebody committed to freedom and liberty and the Constitution.
How surprised, or maybe you're not, to have a challenger at this point in your career and someone who's, has some experience from years gone by?
Well, it's, you always certainly hope there's not a primary, but, in the political world, nothing surprises you.
The winner of this race takes on Democrat Paul Meinhardt in the general election next fall. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.